Hello guys, welcome to another video. Today I'm talking about what each data type is that we discussed in our previous video, so we know which ones are right in what they do. So this is how you write a byte. B1 equals to 2. Doesn't have to be 2, it can be any value. As you can see here, the B1 is a variable. The variable applies here if you don't want to type in that number. It's supposed to fill in what you wrote over here. So, using that knowledge, we can go to the next one and look at the short. This has 200, is in the range of the short, so it works out. And here we have system.println. This is my short value plus S1. What the plus sign does here is it combines these two together to make it a sentence. So the next one we have is a int I1 equals 33455. So I discussed in the last video what the range of each one is, and all of these fit into the range of the ints and all the data types. So with this, it replaces this right here, and it becomes 33455. I'll show you how it should look like in the end. Here we have the long. It has to have an L in the end. It's mainly unique, except for this has the same property as the other two, where they have letters in the end. And this is because it's a long, and what longs do is that they make very long numbers, so you need to put an L in the end. So a float is written with a decimal point. Anything that has a decimal point is considered as a float if it's in the range. As you can see here, the 5.7 will replace this right here. So the double D is 179.34D. So just think of it as a float that has double size and range, because it's something like that, mainly like that. So I suggest you think about double D's as like double is like that. So you can see there's a lot of declaration statements. So what are declaration statements? We discussed this in a previous video. Declaration statements are like comments that do not get affected by the Java code. And now we have the chars. What the char does is it makes it so it has to be a variable. So if you put here, this is my char plus C1, this is my char at V in the end. So as you can see here, there's char C2 equals 65. This is my char using the ASCII value. What is the ASCII value? So I'll just give an example right here. So say capital A. That in the ASCII value is 65 in Java. And then lowercase a is 97. So we'll be replacing the C2 here is A, and this will be a lowercase a. So what is a Boolean? A Boolean is like a true or false question. So if you don't leave this with true, it'll say false. And here you can see, this is my Boolean, true. And now we see here, integer my number. This is an example of a variable. And the variable, what it does, variables do, their purpose is to replace what you write, what is inside the variable, which saves Java developers a lot of time when they're writing these out. So now we're gonna run this. We're gonna run all this and see what happens. So as you can see, every single bit of line was printed out, and everything that said B2 C1 has been replaced with every single value that we wrote here as the variable. Alright, so now we have the non-primitive data class, and so we have package, the class, and the main method. As you can see, we have string A1 hello and string B2 IC pulse. So these are our variables that we're going to be using to say words. And so what we're going to do is we're going to write system.out.println A1 plus quotation marks space and then plus B2. And then end of parentheses, and then you want to put semicolon. So if you're wondering why I didn't put the same thing up here, is because I want to show you what happens if you don't put that double quotation mark space. So we're gonna save the project. Now we're gonna run it, and now it says hello Icy Pulse and hello Icy Pulse. You can see the mistake. There's no space between the two words, so that's why we need to put the quotation marks in a space there. So I think I'm gonna end off the video here. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Leave a like, subscribe, and I'll subscribe because our goal is 40 subs, and I'll see you on the next one. Goodbye.